2020, had my daughter on the 2nd of January, and a lot of things changed. A lot of things stayed the same, but a lot of things changed. A lot of those things being myself. I changed. I had to change. I felt as though I had to change, and I chose to change. I decided that being an artist wasn't going to cut it, and in fact, at that point in time, as many of you might know, I was making lots of videos, doing lots of live streams, posting all the time, you know, the typical grind, post, social media, blah, 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 whatever, things. And I just felt like I was spinning my wheels with it, and nothing was really happening at all. And I just thought, well, what am I doing this? I've got a daughter now, just brand new into the world, very traumatic birth as well, 2 months premature, 2 months in the hospital for the preemie, in the NICU, emergency C-section on the mother. It was intense. We stayed on in the hospital for a full month on site before she was big enough to be transferred to a closer hospital, to our actual house. It was pretty, but that's another story in itself. But yeah, once she got back home, I kind of acted like if things were as if normal. I just had a baby, that's all. That's the only different thing. But I continued to paint, and the future seemed bleaker and bleaker. As many people will remember, that the vid happened. The stay inside thing happened. Don't want to mention that, but that happened in March, and so the rest of that year and the foreseeable future seemed a little bit uncertain. And I thought, well, gee whiz, being an artist wasn't going to cut it before. Now that all the galleries are closed and exhibitions aren't happening, nothing's happening, nobody's doing anything, nobody's buying anything, things really aren't going to happen. And so I made the drastic decision to just say, you know what, fuck this, get rid of this. I've had enough of this. I've had enough of being this person. I'm done. I'm going to step away. I'm going to go cold turkey and not pursue art any longer. So the dream, the passion that I would lie awake at night just envisioning, just dreaming about painting, just thinking about painting, waking up and painting, going to sleep and painting, all of that was just, it's gone. And so I transitioned, I changed. I was like, in my own head, I thought, well, if I can't be a painter, I like people, what else can I do? And so a friend of mine was in real estate. He said, it's fun, just get to meet people, new people all the time. And I love, being around people and chatting with people. So I was like, all right, well, let's give this a crack. And I was good. I was really good at it. A lot of people felt how genuine I was, and felt that they could trust me, which they could, and they did, and had a lot of success in there. But I could see the future for that, and it looked not so bright. I saw other agents and what they look like, and it's a 7-day, it's a 7-day-a-week type of job, right? And you don't leave that at the door, right? That stays with you, and people are calling you on every hour of the day. People are calling you up, asking about this, calling you up, asking about that. And you're on the phone, and just trying to make money for money's sake, right? But as soon as you get a little bit ahead, then some other things pop up, and then you got to pay that back, got to pay this back. And it's just, all of a sudden, it's just like, what am I doing? But I didn't stop there. I thought, I'm going to make business. I'm gonna make business. I'm gonna make business things happen. I'm gonna make money happen, right? And I was pretty successful at it, and I got into remote sales, so working from home and selling things online, because what else does somebody with no qualifications really do? Well, they go into sales and they learn a skill, right? A skill to talk to people, and I was really good at it. But again, I saw what that path led to. I saw other people that have been in the industries for like 30 plus years, and they don't know their kids. Their kids want nothing to do with them. They don't have a relationship with anybody. They just rock up to churn the wheels. And I'm about 3 years into this whole I'm not an artist type of stint, and I'm looking around and I'm thinking, what the hell am I doing? What am I doing? And upon having that realization, I read this beautiful book by Robert Greene called Mastery. And I've read a lot of Robert's books before, like 48 Laws, etc., etc. But Mastery I'd never read before, and I didn't think anything of it. But for some reason I was drawn to it, and I picked up a copy, and I sat down, and the first couple of pages in, I thought, holy shit, he's talking to me. He was talking about people that some people are born with a calling, and it's really loud, and it's in their face, and it's screaming to them saying, this is your calling, this is your calling. Other people have a little bit of a whisper. Other people don't even know what it is. And sometimes people choose to ignore their calling, and they choose to live a life that they think they're supposed to live, that they think will bring them prosperity, because that's the normal way to encounter prosperity in the world. And so they go down this path they don't really want to go down, but they go down anyways. And then all of a sudden, they're 30 years into it. They're not passionate about it. They're underperforming big time. And people younger, smarter, healthier, more passionate, more driven are coming up below them. And all of a sudden they're out of a job. They're 50 years old, and they've got nothing to show for it. And that's their life. That's it. And I was reading it and I thought, holy shit, he's completely right. What am I doing? What have I done? What have I done? I mean, it's not completely all bad. I learnt quite a lot of skills along the way, from just a whole manner of different areas. So it's not as though it was completely worthless. But man, 3 years is a long time. And it just so happened that this was the Christmas break, and I had a lot of time to think about things in my life and perspective. I'm very blessed to have such a beautiful wife who has the same sort of wavelength as me, so I'm very fortunate for that. And the company I was working at had just been bought out, and these new owners were just horrific. And I thought, why would I churn my gears, waste my life, just trying to make them money? For what? Just so I get a couple of nickels and dimes back? For what? To pay more bills? To pay this? It's ridiculous, right? I have no passion for this. I'm not called to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here. And so I thought, you know what? Fuck it. I'm done. Goodbye. I'm going back. So I went back into the garage. I dusted off all of my art gear and brought it back inside. And you know what? I said, let me get back to this. And I remember painting for the first time in 3 years, and looking at my daughter, and she had never seen me. I mean, you know, when she was a baby, she'd seen me paint, but at this age, she'd never seen me paint. She didn't know I could paint. I mean, not that she'll remember this, but it was a surreal experience picking up a paintbrush again after 3 years of never touching it or thinking about it, putting it out of my mind completely. It's a very surreal experience coming back. It's as if, you know, I've met myself again. It's a strange. I'm struggling to put words to it exactly, but it's really as if I've met myself again. And now I'm here, and I'm painting again, and I'm myself again. Which is a strange thought, to think that I was ever not myself. Because painting and art, painting especially, it's not a hobby, it's not a habit, it's a compulsion. It's a pure and simple compulsion for me. I don't need to force myself to do anything. I wake up and my head is just streaming with ideas and things, and just begging me to just pick up the brush and start painting. Paint whatever. I'll stand here, I'll paint that tree. I'll stand here, paint this field. Stand here, paint my wife, paint my kid, paint myself, paint that. It's constant, and it's so loud, and it's so screaming in my mind all the time, and it doesn't end. It doesn't end. I need to. It's what I am. It's what I've called here to do. It's what I'm called here to be. And since doing that, my life has never looked better. Isn't that just a funny thing, huh? When you spend all the time trying to just grind those gears to make things happen, whatever the fuck that means. But as soon as you let go of that bullshit and you know what, fuck it. This is who I am. This is what I do. And you have that self-concept, and you know it to be true without any doubts, because you know who you are. Life tends to bend around you. And it's bent 360 degrees around me. Just having done this, having reconnected with exactly who I am. Thank God I was only doing that thing for like 3 solid years. Been back for 2 years, and I haven't made a video for the entire time. And I thought about it, and people just keep messaging me saying, Zach, we'd love to see a video again. Zach, we'd love to see you do those YouTube vlogs you used to do again. And I really, really, really appreciate that, you know. And so here's this thing again. I'm gonna have to pause this because my battery's about to run out. But it's really funny that set of switches, it's getting in my eyeballs. But it's really funny that when you say no to the world, and you deny whatever it's trying to tell you to be, and you choose who you want to be, and you just simply be it, man, it's wild what things can do, what things can happen to you when you do that stuff. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing, you know? I have never been happier. My family's never been happier. My painting has never been better, by the way. Put that out there. I have exceeded so many things that I used to doubt myself on, and I used to worry about. I don't worry about anymore, because they don't exist anymore. Simply by just saying, you know what, I'm not a part of this anymore. I'm gonna do what I want to do, and that's that. That's that. And I'm simply being that. It's a funny thing. It's a funny thing. Really, it really, really is. And I hope that this is reaching somebody that's possibly looking down the barrel of the same things I was in. You know, looking at that 9 to 5, that 7 days a week, the grind, the hustle, you know, making money for making money's sake. Just toiling your life away. I'll tell you right now, I watched many guys, I got to see the end result on many guys that had been in industries for 30 plus years, 40 plus years. I even saw a couple guys off themselves, not in person, but you know, when they're in their private, say, hey, guess what? Guess who did themselves in? It's a cautionary tale, right? Cautionary tale. And you'd think it'd be just a no-brainer. I mean, I did. I thought it'd be a no-brainer. It's like, Jack, how could you fall for that trap? And you did. You did. You fell into it so easily. I don't know. You know, I will say this. Thank God that my father always taught me to learn from other people's mistakes. And then, you know, that was beaten into my head at such a young age. Not physically, but, you know, repetitively. And found myself constantly looking at other people and seeing how their life is turned out, or any stories they would share with me. I would just be a sponge to it. I would take it on board, learn from it. And, you know, later in life, I added to that, learn from other people's mistakes, to also learning from other people's successes as well, what's worked for them. And if you really look around and you see people that have the life that you want, or the life that you desire, or the life that you envision for yourself, it is quite simply because they said, you know what, this is who I am, you know, I'm not that anymore, I'm not that thing, this is who I am, this is my life, and that's what I'm gonna be. Whether or not they were actually that yet or not, that's what they chose to be, and that's therefore what the world made them to be, because they said it was. And that's been a big lesson, you know, over these last 5 years, is realizing that you're only ever who you choose to be right now. Life is only ever what you choose it to be right now. And I choose to be exactly what I've always envisioned myself to be. And that is to be the most incredible artist that this planet has ever seen. And that is to be the most incredible father that my family could ever have, the most incredible husband, and hopefully, you know, most incredible human being that I could possibly be unto everybody else that's watching, that's messaging me, that's liking my stuff, that's following my stuff, whatever. I'm in a completely different headspace, completely different mindset, completely different person than I ever was. Ever. And I'm going to show you guys, and things are going to be pretty sweet. Alright. Get out of here. Scram.